Rafayel. Blossoms. I invited Rafayel to admire the cherry blossoms, suggesting it's the perfect time to embrace spring. Despite his protests, he reluctantly agreed to meet up with me on the weekend. Early in the morning, Rafayel and I arrived at Cherry Blossom Garden in Lincoln City. At the entrance of Cherry Blossom Garden, parents standing around the tour guide who waves a little flag to my left. To my right, a bunch of elementary school students are lined up at the snack stalls. Rafayel and I exchange a glance, sensing each other's dismay. 人太多了。
我们是来感受春天的气息，还是人群的气息？
Oh, I forgot to change my language.
We breathing in the fragrance of spring or the people? Why don't we just go straight to the beach? Experience the summer vibes for a while, you know?
Rafayel turns to leave, but I grab him. We're already here. Are you seriously going to leave just like that? I wanted to see the cherry blossoms with you. In other words, isn't it nice to occasionally appreciate the flowers, get close to nature, and relax your body and mind?
I wasn't going to give it any thought, but when you put it that way, I suspect you're hiding something.
Am I? Just as I'm about to change the subject, he looks behind me with a perplexed expression.
Why are you carrying around a big bag if you want to relax? Isn't it heavy?
Well, it's a secret. I can't tell you right now. Seeing how everyone is all squished together, I do what others are doing and have my backpack in front of me. Rafayel raises an eyebrow and reaches out. I'm fine. It's not heavy.
I'm just making sure both of your hands are free to grab onto me so you don't get lost.
Oh, how very considerate. One hand will be around my bag, and the other will hold your hand.
In turbulent waters, you must give it your all to catch an agile fish.
Who's the
I
fish?
can already tell that if the impact's too strong, you'll end up letting go.
Even though he didn't mean to provoke me, I still feel a little spiteful. Want a bit? Rafayel shrugs, a hint of mischief clearly on his face.
Sure, of course. It starts when we hold hands. Ready?
He holds out his hand in front of me, a palm up, a silent invitation. We are making a bet, right? Why does it feel like? I gathered my scattered thoughts and take Rafayel's left hand. The crowd pushes the backpack tightly to me. I tightly hold Rafayel's hand, but our grip loosens. Once we're through this area, we'll be fine.
Come a little closer. Now there's a lot more people.
Just as he finishes his sentences, a group of rowdy kids bump into us, pushing me away from Rafayel. Come back, fishy, with a few murmurs from passerbys. Rafayel abruptly crosses a considerable distance and comes to my side. He's disgruntled.
Just to be safe.
He turns his wrist, and his fingers intertwine with mine.
Come on, we're almost there.
It feels a lot easier after we pass through the most crowded section. Pulling me aside to take a short break, Rafayel looks down at our hands. He raises them and smiles, a proud gleam in his eyes.
So, who won?
As much as I'd like to argue, you did. I noticed the wrinkles on his shirt and the lingering creases on his sleeves. I can imagine the amount of force he used to push away the crowd to get to me. Tucking his sleeve, Rafayel runs his hands through his hair and strikes a victorious pose.
You're right. In a way, I won.
Alright then, show us your T-pose.
So, do I get a prize or what?
I freeze, only now realizing that I mentioned a bit without specifying the stakes. Of course. How about this? Aren't you curious about what's in my backpack? Seeing me point at the backpack, Rafayel looks at it, then looks at me. He flicks my forehead.
You're not constantly thinking about how to prank me, right?
Maybe I am. A bit is a bit. Well, here is your prize. As we head deeper into Cherry Blossom Garden, the number of visitors dwindles. Following Rafayel, we take 3 of our narrow roads. The roads are surrounding... Following Rafayel, we take 3 or 4 narrow paths. The roads and surrounding facilities become increasingly old. Even the cherry blossoms lining the streets exude a sense of ancient history. No one visits this spot in Cherry Blossom Garden nowadays. While not as lively as other places, it's still just as pretty. There's nothing here, and everything is a little old, if you don't like it.
It's fine. Compared to our alternative, I'd prefer to admire the flowers here.
We reach the end of the scenic pass, where a disfigured cherry blossom tree stands by the steps. I lead Rafayel to it and touch its trunk.
Why does it only have half its branches?
Be nice to it. The staff said it caught fire 14 years ago. Only half of its trunk remained. It took over 2 years for it to bloom again after being transplanted.
I get why this mismatched beauty feels familiar now. A fragmented rebirth. Not bad.
I used to come here every year when I was younger. We're old friends, me and this tree. Rafayel looks up at the tree's crown. Sunlight filters through the gaps between its branches. His face is tinted in a cherry blossom hue. I take out a faded picnic blanket from my backpack, spread it under the tree, and wait for Rafayel to sit down. This is my secret. It's nothing special or meaningful, really.
It doesn't have to be interesting. What matters is you still remember it. That's meaningful. Is the picnic blanket from back then, too?
It's for children, yes, but it should be okay for 2 adults to sit on it.
You can come closer. Are you scared I'll try to avenge myself for a prize?
Do you really want it? Well, tell me what you plan to do and I'll give it some sort.
I'm too busy trying to guess why you brought me here.
What do you mean? I already told you. Gently brushing the picnic blanket aside, Rafayel speaks softly.
You invited me to see the cherry blossoms because it's better than enjoying them alone, right?
You're right. I used to see the flowers by myself, but now, it's not like I don't enjoy it. It's just when I think of you, do I really need to be alone? You also said the cherry blossoms here are beautiful. Our visit was definitely worth it, don't you think?
Yeah, but it's a shame to only visit it once. I wonder if I can still buy a picnic blanket made over a decade ago.
Surrounded by a sea of flowers, the gentle spring breeze and warm sunlight can make people idle and feel content. Rafayel and I chat about random, meaningless things, but even our chatter seems lively. Everything feels interesting.
The blooming season is almost over. We'll have to wait another year to see it bloom again. Won't you get restless?
I used to take clean flower petals home to make floral tea, or use them as bookmarks. They might be not as good as fresh flowers, but being able to preserve a bit of color and fragrance is still nice. But I finished the floral tea quickly, and the bookmarks are also fragile. They don't usually last long.
Sometimes being too greedy can backfire, but it's not always a bad thing. I thought you'd say something like, time flies when you're with someone. I didn't expect you to be focused on the flowers.
I did think about that. Raphael stands up and pulls me up. His smile is unexpectedly radiant.
Before I wait with you for the cherry blossoms to bloom again, let's preserve this season's color and flavors. Don't forget the picnic blanket, bookmark, and floral tea. Why stop at one thing when you're already on a roll?
Raphael pats my head. He walks to the observation deck, leans against the railing, and looks up. He's searching for something. Flower petals sway and descend. He catches some, leaning against the railing to get a better look at them. Seemingly unsatisfied, he lets the petals scatter to the wind and continues looking up. Wow. So many pink flowers.
Is playing with petals a new trick of yours? Just for me, huh? Should I be even more greedy?
Why is that branch growing down?
Well, why don't you ask it? Huh. Oh, I see. It's a secret. Come a little closer. I'll whisper it into your ear. Nimble like a flying fish. Huh? Was there a petal? Huh. It has a nice color and wonderful shape. Would you want to turn it into a bookmark? How's the scenery?
It's very... beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. We should come here again, but even earlier next year. Share the entire season with no regrets.